All right, here I am, Sunday night in my PJs. I just did a whole class in my PJs. I had a sweatshirt on to cover it up, and then another girl showed up in her pajamas because she has COVID, and I said, screw it. And I took off my sweatshirt. I decided to just be in my pajamas and comfortable with my people while I was teaching them about email. And you know what? It felt good. Hey, it's Diane from DianeHockman.com. This is my Starting Over series where I'm just kind of chronicling the trials and tribulations of finding my voice again after losing it for a while, going through a rough divorce and being hospitalized for a little bit and all kinds of other stuff. And this weekend, on and off, because I had a couple things going on, but I mostly attended a workshop with one of my favorite speakers, Kyle Cease. And Kyle was a stand-up comedian. Anybody who knows me for any period of time knows I've always talked about him. He was a stand-up comedian and just basically started to find himself pulled in a different direction. He's become what he calls a transformational speaker. And I have to admit, I don't always do everything. He talks about, I'm not always the best with the meditation and the different things. But I love listening to him and working with people. And today he had on this woman who was his guest, and she's a doctor. She was an emergency medicine physician. And she just felt herself being pulled in a different direction and pulled and pulled and pulled. But let's face it, when you're a doctor and you've put in years of work and hundreds of thousands of dollars invested, it's really hard to just walk away. But she did. And it was really interesting because we heard her story, and I guess she's been on a couple times with him, and I didn't catch her before. But then she pulled a person out of the audience who had invested a lot of money in marketing stuff, and the way that they wanted her to market did not feel authentic to her. And first of all, I was very pleased how kindly they handled it, because there's a lot of people out there that are teaching marketing, and it's not that they're incorrect. There's a lot of formats and sequences that really work. They just don't feel right to certain people, and I'm one of those people. I have resisted my whole career certain practices. They just never felt right to me. I've taken other practices in, and I've always just basically broken the rules. And I've spent an awful lot of time worrying that people think I do it wrong, or that people don't respect me, or people don't think I have a real business. All of this stuff. But you see, my stats and my numbers say I do have a real business. My sales and the loyalty of the people that work with me and have been my customers and my students and my clients over the years, it's palpable. So today really, 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 really impacted me, because I realized that there's a whole bunch of people out there that are just not cut out to be salespeople or marketing sharks, or, quick hit guys or any of that stuff. But they want to run businesses, and they have beautiful things to share and sell. And that's what I do. I help people see alternative options. I bucked my upline at my MLM. I didn't do it the way they told me to do it. I bucked my teacher that taught me about attraction marketing. To this day, still, we go back and forth about how it should be done. I've bucked the companies and programs I've worked with. I've loved them. I've made them lots of money. I've supported them, but I just didn't do it like everybody else. I've bucked the coaching culture. I've bucked a lot of things. And the reason why is because I just had to be authentic to me. I just had to be true to myself. And today reaffirmed that I wasn't wrong for doing that. Sometimes I look at folks and And I go, I wish I could be like that, but I'm not supposed to be like that. I'm supposed to be like me. So anyway, I just wanted to come on and, if you're somebody who is in some type of marketing, you know, company, whatever you're doing, and something doesn't feel right, it doesn't mean you're wrong. It just means that there's probably another way for you to do it. And of course, as always, if I can help you in any way finding that, I'm happy to. There's a line between I'm not doing my work, right? And you have to find this line. You have to figure out, where are you? Because if you're just not doing the work, that's one thing. But if you're looking at something and you're being told to do it in a certain way and it doesn't feel right, just always look at the outcome you want. I learned how to generate leads a different way. I learned how to make sales a different way. I just did it a little different, but I still achieved the outcomes. And, maybe I'm ahead of my time. Maybe I'm behind my time. I don't know what I am. I just know that I don't fit in the mold. And it felt pretty good today to listen to other people that have risked more than I did to walk away from things that just didn't feel right to them. I want to help people be free. I want to love on people. I don't want to manipulate them or take their last dime or any of that stuff. On the flip side, I want to make sure that I'm providing good service and that I am being remunerated for the type of knowledge base that I have, years and years and years of study and capacity to help someone. So it's that fine line of finding that spot. And today felt really good. And I'm glad I spent the weekend doing that. And yeah, it was really good. Invest in yourself and some stuff. Ironically, Kyle's stuff is not expensive. I have several speakers that I really enjoy that lean more towards the spiritual side, but Kyle does a lot of work with money. He does a lot of work with businesses. Even his business model is so interesting because his costs for participants are really reasonable, but he has lots of people and he's making a good living. And here's the question. We were always sold all of this, you gotta be on the beaches of the world and drive Maseratis, but isn't being free and making a living that supports you pretty gosh darn good? I think it's pretty great. So, and that's what I talk about, being free. That's my highest value. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.